Hello guys, welcome back to my beautiful allotment. I'm going to be working up at this top end at the minute in this little bit of blank space up here. Very nasty ground, like I've said. It's been used as a scrapyard and all sorts, so the surface is horrible. But there's one thing that's been really bugging me about it, and that's one thing that I need to get sorted out before I can actually start, designing, redesigning, doing whatever I'm going to do. And that is, the ground is really, really uneven. So whether I do no dig, whatever I do, I still want a nice level playing field. It's not going to be fun or anything like that, but it is something that, is going to have to be done because it does encroach into my plot, all the wobbly-bobbliness as well. I don't know if I'll actually be able to demonstrate the wobbly-bobbliness, but it's not at all flat. I'm just trying to bob up and down here just so that you've got some difference, so you can see. I mean, this is my main path that I come down, not much of a main path, and that itself is wobbly bobbly. So not something I'm looking forward to, but pretty much right from this path all the way to about a third into the other plot. It's really, really bad. It doesn't show up too well on the video, but it wants to be levelled out, and then I just feel like I'll have a bit of a better playing field, just so that I can actually start getting cracking, doing some designs in that. Now the ground is quite bad, as I've said. So I'm going to be using my little pickaxe, my little mattock, just to attack the ground, loosen up the soil, and then I can just rake it and move it as I need to until I'm happy that it's all level. It's going to look horrible because at the minute, nice, fairly decent anyway. The grass is sort of covered over the worst of it. This is going to look absolutely devastating when I first do it, but eventually it's going to look really, really nice. Which is what I've got to keep in mind when I get halfway through and think, no, what have I done? So I'm just going to do it anyway. It's just got to be done. See how far I get today anyway. I could do with a JCB or something like that, but what I am going to be using, it doesn't look like much, but me trying to get my fork into the hard ground, turn it over, it's not worth it. This, it can really get into the soil, chop up the roots, loosen everything. So I'm going to tackle about 100 square metres with this. Well, I promised you it'd look worse before it looks better, and at the minute it's just sort of a bit muddy, but hopefully you can see what I'm trying to do. Sort of from the back here down to the path, I just want to get that all levelled off. So there's obviously some low spots that I've filled in, some high spots that I've had to skim off, and then all in all just trying to get this whole ground level, because what I've realised is I'm thinking of this one and this one as two separate plots, whereas really I should be thinking about them as the same plot, because I'm going to be working them both. So a nice flow between the two is probably desirable. You sort of get a feel there for how far down I've had to dig. A lot of these lumps and bumps are from previously, when people were burning and throwing all sorts of scrap on here, so there's a heck of a lot of rubbish coming out. That's about my third barrow load of bricks and burnt cable and all sorts. The ground is not as bad as I feared actually, so other than getting out a load of bricks and rocks and things like that, it doesn't look too bad. So not totally interesting stuff, but I've had enough of stumbling and bumbling down my own path, so I'm going to carry on anyway. Now, I mentioned before that I'm using this tool here. I could use a fork or a spade, but I think I'm really going to struggle if I try to. And this guy here is just perfect on grassy ground, and the ground that's got any rocks or other rubbish in it, because I can just literally chip away like that, and then all of the rubbish that would otherwise interfere with me trying to dig with a fork or a spade, like this rock here, obviously it's not becoming a problem. So I'd definitely recommend it if you can get your hands on one. Makes digging very easy. Yeah, horrible stuff to dig through. Just a small selection of the bits and bobs I'm getting out: broken glass, metal, burnt plastic, bricks, just basically everything that's been dumped here over the years. Hello everyone, December the 5th, 2020. Can't believe how quick this year is getting on. Took a bit of a break from the digging outside. The weather's been shocking the last few days actually, to be honest with you. Do you remember last video I found a gold chain? Well, I took it into a place called Gold Bank in Victoria Centre in Nottingham, and he gave me £400 for it, which is absolutely shocking to me. Do you know what I mean? For something that I've dug up on the plot, to make that kind of money off it. And I'm kicking myself really, because it's something that I dug up on the plot, threw on the side, thinking it was rubbish, and just like left it there. So yes, I've taken that money anyway, and I've reinvested it into my little channel. So my camera that I'm currently using is the one that I'm recording on now. It's on its way out. The flip screen isn't working. It's a JVC camcorder. It has been thrown around a lot over the years, don't get me wrong. The amount of times that I've seen the tripod sort of fall over and you know, end up head first in a muddy puddle or something like that. So the camera's done well. It is still working, but it's really limping through. Also, sound quality on my videos is something that I'm quite conscious of as well, because of the amount of trains and trams that go passing by here, plus, you know, it picks up a lot of background noise. So I've just waffling basically. I'll show you what I've bought. Right, first things first, I've gone for the GoPro 9. It's a brand new camera from GoPro, forward facing screen, which is brilliant, because when I'm looking at the camera like I do now, I can actually see what I'm looking at and frame my shot okay. Previous GoPros haven't had this front camera, so it's always a case of I hope I'm getting the right shot. So I'm going to use this one now, which will give me up to 5K. I think YouTube at the minute only supports, is it 1080, you know, p HD. So I'll probably record in that. It keeps the file sizes small for when I'm editing as well. So if I've got to upload and edit a 5K video, it's going to be huge. So yes, I've got that. Beautiful. In addition to that, I bought the media mod for the GoPro 9. This is a little clip-on. It clips onto the GoPro itself, and it's got a decent microphone on it, because the one on the GoPro is okay, but it's not brilliant. It's also got a wind sock on it as well, so that'll stop any of those nasty wind noises hopefully. And it's also got a 3.5mm audio jack, so I can use my new wireless microphone. So one side of it clips onto me camera, and the other side of it clips onto me. So wirelessly, wherever I am on the plot, it will just send a signal. So I can stand at the other end with the camera at this end talking, and it should pick up decent quality sound. Now I've done a little bit of research, because it's difficult to know exactly what camera to buy when you're, you know, vlogging like I am, I guess. And because I'm outdoors, because it's going to be raining, because it's muddy and it's horrible, I wanted something that was going to be waterproof and, you know, tough and hard wearing. And if it does, you know, full face first into the dirt, I want it to be, you know, easily cleanable. And I'm going to shut up and just open it up now, have a little look, because I'm so excited. I've wanted to open these for ages, but I've been waiting to do it on camera for some reason. So GoPro 9, let's have her open. Beautiful little case here, look at that. Very nice. Ooh, right, this is the bundle, so it's got a little stick for walking around and talking. What is that? That is a magnetic clip. So it looks like that's just a way of mounting it. That's the lead. That's a USB to USB-C. Excellent. A couple of mountings. Oh yes. So lots of different fixings. A self-adhesive one there for sticking to stuff. There's one battery. There's two batteries, very important for when I'm out and about on the plot. And here's the actual beast itself. Oh, look at you. So there we go, ever so slightly bigger than a normal GoPro, but you can see there, front facing screen. The lens is removable, you can twist that and pop it off, which is lovely, and then the nice big screen on the back as well there. So that's lovely. And there we go, that's my new camera setup. So I've got my wireless microphone in there, I've got my windsock microphone, forward facing camera, GoPro 9, back facing camera screen as well. So that's absolutely fantastic, and when turned on properly that will transmit to my microphone, which will be attached to me somewhere so you can hear me. Sorry, I'm losing the plot here. So I'm going to set all this up now, and hopefully the rest of this video will be in beautiful GoPro high definition super wide awesomeness. We'll give it a go. Right peeps, I've been trying to spare you from the sort of, you know, mind-numbing dullness of me digging a hole, but it's coming on quite nicely. See, the path area is level. Looks messy at the minute, but the grass will soon regrow where I want it to. And then there's a nice transition as well up onto the other plot. Soil doesn't look too bad there, does it? It is bad. It's very bad. The whole world has got to answer right now, because I'm telling you once again, it's bad. Hee hee. Ow. I'm going to edit that out, surely. I can't stay in there. Right, diggity dig dig, diggy dig. So nice and level here, so I've got a nice path coming down. It's the crux of it is, all the lumps and peaks that I'm trying to level out are old fire pits, dumping grounds, things like that. So, you know, I'm finding the usual big rocks. I found an entire bag of cement which had gone off as well, which was a nice little dig. Which, you know, rocks and rusty nails I can deal with, you know, there's nothing in there too nasty for the plant, but some of the stuff that I am finding is very nasty. Well, I think it is, because I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? They could have been dumping anything from here. They could have been dumping chemicals, batteries, goodness knows what. I'll show you what I mean. Basically, right, as I'm getting to one of these lumps, and sort of, you know, just skimming down, because my new ground level is going to be quite a lot lower, because these lumps are going to want to be skimmed off. And I'm finding like that, I mean that, you know, I could probably pass as being rust. But then I'm also finding this stuff. I mean, what the gosh darn crunchy knobbly ding dang diddly heck is that? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Bean? It's like some sort of white crystalline deposit. It's I don't know what it is. That's the trouble. I don't know. I mean, there's soil growing on top. There's grass growing on top, not with any great vigour, but you know. I mean, it's just like, it's relentless, this stuff. And even if, you know, if I want to use this ground, I don't want to be digging veg into there, because I don't know what then, you know, potentially is in there. I mean, it's just horrible. I mean, there is roots coming through it. So it's making me think that it's not, you know, some nasty toxic stuff, but then it's certainly not something I want to be eating. So I'm going to try and take as much of it out as I can. And I appreciate this is like not the most interesting of stuff in the world, but it's definitely going to be worth it long run. You know, it's like, what the heck? And then once it's level, I'm going to have to put a raised bed in, or I'm going to have to go no dig on top or something if I want to use it. Because growing into this stuff, oh, there's a load of this as well. Oh, this mattock, by the way, absolute godsend. It tears through the earth. Loads and loads of this stuff. Sorry if this wobbles my camera. Look at that. That's like red painted plaster. I mean, obviously the people that had this plot in the past used and abused it, been like dumping all of the household waste and goodness knows what else. But yeah, I'm going to crack on. But I mean, look at this stuff. What is it? What is it? What the actual is it? And this has been over, you know, probably 40-50% of what I've actually dug. So, you know, the wheelbarrow and my rubbish pile's getting steadily bigger. It's just absolute garbage. Again, garbage with roots coming through it, so I'm thinking it's probably inert, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what plants will tolerate, and I don't know what plants will actually, you know, be able to take up into themselves and store, and therefore, you know, pass on to more. So I'm going to do what I can just to be able to get this ground level. But yeah, this whatever it is got to come out. It's so much fun. Best episode ever. Oh, my wheelbarrow's on the way. My wheelbarrow's falling. Oh no. Ooh. Well, the sun is setting and I'm getting a bit tired. I'm very happy with my progress actually. That is all beautiful and level, and the ground is clear-ish. There's still a big question about what lies beneath down here, because I want to go right up to my my gate, get it level, because it's yeah, like a roller coaster. But yes, still a long way to go. It's a 400 square metre additional plot. So whilst that half is looking decent enough, tucked away for winter, the other half just begins. So yes, plenty of work to do there. But look how beautiful. Yeah, it looks muddy at the minute, but like I said, it'll all be worth it. So I had to get it out of my mind to stop thinking about it as two separate plots, because eventually it's all going to become one plot. So, you know, that was the mindset that I was getting, you know, stuck on. I think I was trying to think I've got to do the whole thing at once, which, you know, you get that mentality and you're going to, you know, lose track of your mentality. I just did it then. If you get that mentality where you want to do it all at one time, it becomes a bit overwhelming. So, you know, little bites, and you'll soon get, that's a little bite, and you'll soon get there, don't you worry about that. Right, I've obviously got the GoPro now, that's awesome. One thing I neglected to do was to charge the batteries, because it was new. So by the time I'd finished messing about with it, I didn't actually get any footage done. So this will probably be the last video on my JVC. Aww. So yes, that's that. It is a thing that it is. So I've come how far into this plot? Probably only about a quarter of the way into this plot so far, but I've certainly opened it up. Like I say, the ground's a bit questionable with that white chemical in there, what I'm actually going to be able to do and grow. Everything else, I've got all these greenhouses to clean. Oh, look at me, I've got so many greenhouses! Yeah, and then I have to clean them and like maintain them. So, plenty of work to do there. Yes, plenty of stuff to keep me going. A little bit of news, I've got myself a new job now. I'm starting tomorrow, actually, so that'll put me back into full-time work, which is great from a money point of view, but it's not great from a time down the plot point of view, especially at this time of year, because with daylight as it is, it rules out the weekdays. Just means I've got to get everything done at the weekend. So, you know, hopefully that'll be fine. Yes. Allotment, yeah. Right, so that's about the size and shape of it at the minute. I've done, I think, for today. I want you to all have a fantastic week. Only 3 weeks till Christmas now. Scary, isn't it? Right. So yeah, a bit of a boring one this week. It's going to be the same actually at this time of year. There's not a lot happening. So thank you all for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you along. And leave any comments or, you know, suggestions or insults or anything like that down below. I'll always take a look at those and try and get back to you. But yeah, that's it. Bye. Hello, it's me. You probably can't see me right now, but I've just got something awesome to share with you all. Ah, yeah. Christmas has just hit the shed.